Hello, America, and welcome to Xandermonium, the talk show that gets you talking. I'm Xander Gibb, and on today's show, we will be taking a look at my health and fitness diary, and we will also be dropping in at the Bronx Light Opera. More to come in a mere moment. Now, as always, you can interact with me via social media. You can tweet me, and my Twitter handle is at XanderGibb, XanderGibb, capital X, capital G. Don't forget that @ symbol. Make sure to follow and keep up to date with what's going on with the show and a plethora of mind-blowing information. And now it's time for Xander's Soapbox.
Look out!
So it's a new year, and people are already talking about keeping their New Year's resolutions and how this year is going to be different. But it got me thinking about New Year's resolutions and resolutions in general. Now, we all make these New Year's resolutions either to stop drinking, stop smoking, lose weight, give up candy, or even getting fit. And the list goes on and on. Now, most of us keep up our resolve for a few weeks, then temptation rears its ugly head, and we're back to square one. Now, one of my friends came up with a novel idea to ensure that at least someone benefits from his New Year's resolutions. Now, he's decided to get sponsored in order to encourage him to meet his goals, and those who sponsor him will pay the charity. And if he fails, he will pay the charity instead. Now, we do go to some extreme lengths in order to effect change, but the one thing that prevents us from effecting that said change in our own lives is not temptation or addiction or even the plethora of excuses we trot out in order to delay the inevitable. Oh no, siree. It's our mindset and attitude that prevents us from achieving our goals in life. Now, no one knows more than I how difficult it is to do things, but I'm very good at making up excuses. Now, I actually ran out of excuses to effect change in my own life until I remembered that I was living in faith and not fear, and the difference was a major contributory factor on my zeal for change and growth. Now, once I changed my attitude, I actually changed my outlook on the whole situation. Now, my fear of change and failure had gone, so I just went for it, and I am glad that I did. Now, changing our responses is not going to change overnight, and we have to get rid of the negative tapes that we play in our heads in order to succeed. Now, be patient with yourself, and change will come with positive mental wealth. That was Xander's Soapbox for this week. If you'd like to come and get on your soapbox, you can email me at xander@xandergibb.com. That's xander@xandergibb.com. And now it's time for Video Diaries. Now, as you know, I've been on my own personal quest for health and fitness and have shared my ups and my downs and my pitfalls along the way. Now, here's the latest of my video diaries. So welcome to the latest in my video diaries to chart my success on my road to health and fitness. Now, this last week was pretty difficult for me for lots of reasons, and work kind of got to me and other things too. And I kind of fell off the wagon, as it were. On Friday, I went and bought potato chips, and I bought M&Ms, and I bought 2 huge bottles of wine, and they were gone kind of by the next day. And I had 2 choices in the situation. I could, feel really guilty about it, and continue, or I could pick myself up, wipe myself down, and get back on with it. And that's what I did. I got back on with it, because the thing is about any program that you are gonna try to achieve, that you're not always gonna succeed. But falling off the wagon doesn't mean you have to stay off the wagon. You can get right back on and get right back on with it, which is really what I chose to do. So, it is possible to continue after you've had a bit of a slip. Okay, so for those of you asking, I'm going to show you what I put in my breakfast smoothie. Now, it varies every day because I use different types of frozen fruit. One day it could be peaches, one day it could be blueberries, mixed berries, another day strawberries, but always frozen in order to make the smoothie cold. So let's take a little look at some of the ingredients. So the first thing that you're gonna need is one of these little blenders here. This is just a bullet, and I find that it works well. It actually chops everything up, including nuts, etc. So it's better to spend a little bit of money on the blending unit that you use. This cost me like $50, but it really was an investment. So everyone will have their own idea about what they want to go into their smoothie, but this is what I've chosen for today. About 10 to 12 almonds. Almonds are really good for you and really healthy, so I put those in first of all. Now then I add the fruit. Now I'm using mixed berries today, and I usually kind of like fill it 2/3 full. This is just a standard size blending cup. I fill it 2/3 full with the berries. So then I put in the smallest squidge of honey. Now that's not actually so much a part of the diet, but I'm convinced that using honey every day adds to your health and actually boosts your immune system. So as you see, I only use like a real small swidge, but it kind of gets it into your system without having to eat it just as it is. So next, I take a generous pinch or two of flaxseed. Now flaxseed is really good for you too, and again, it's a great way to disguise the fact that you're taking it by actually putting it into a smoothie. And also, in the same vein, I've just added a pinch or two of chia seeds. Now, all of these things are good things to have in your store cupboard. Put them in, take them out of their original packaging, put them in Jiffy bags, because then they'll last a lot longer that way. Again, taking the chia seeds in the smoothie will disguise the fact that you're having to take it. It all goes down in one, and you can't really taste either the chia seeds or the flax seeds when you're taking the smoothie. Now the next thing I'm going to add is some almond butter. Now quite often with some almond butters, make sure not to use peanut butter because it's not as good for you. With some almond butters you get a little bit of oil on the top, so you have to kind of just stir it around a little bit, and don't go mad with the almond butter. Just a little bit on a spoon, like so. Put it into your concoction. A little bit messy, but you always end up with a little bit on the end of the spoon. Feel free to lick that off. Final ingredient to my smoothie. As you know, I gave up dairy when I did my cleanse, and I went on to almond milk. So be careful when you fill this. Don't fill it all the way to the top, because if you do, you get like vacuum issues, and more than likely you're going to have to add a little bit more. Now, I do recommend you buy the unsweetened because it's half the calories of the sweetened variety. I love the sweetened variety, but I can't afford the calories, really. So the next step is to put the lid on, screw it tight, but not so tight you can't get it off, and then put it onto the blending device. Like so, and as you can see, that's all mixing together. Now, as I said, you will probably need to add a little bit more milk, so I'm going to do that now. Now, you usually end up with this kind of like hollow in the middle, so what I tend to do is just add a little drop more, not going over the line of the hollow, because then you're going to end up with a sticky mess. Then we put the lid back on and blend again. Another 30 to 60 seconds of blending should do it. And also get your nuts blended evenly too. And voila, the finished product. Lovely, tasty, nutritious breakfast smoothie. Now the beauty is you can have this for any meal of the day. One thing I would advise you to do after you've used your blending device, make sure you wash the blade right away and put it to drip dry, because otherwise when you come back to it, you've got fruit seeds, you've got stuck on mess and gunk, and it takes you forever to be able to get it clean and ready to use. Now, I guarantee everyone's going to have their own ideology on what should go in a smoothie. Lots of people use protein powder, etc., and add it in, and they say it's a must for your smoothie, but you'll work out what's best for you. Stick with healthy and nutritious things. I sometimes put asparagus in mine, or kale, definitely not spinach. Can't stand spinach, but I have to say, you can't taste the vegetables when you put the vegetables into this mixture, because it all becomes kind of like one gloopy, delicious mess. So that is my video diary for this week, to share with you my journey back to health. And so, Xander, it's back to you in the studio.
Now that was my latest video diary. If you would like to share your video diary with us, you can email it to me at xander@xandergibb.com. That's xander@xandergibb.com. And now it's time for Watch This Space. So in my series of introducing you to the projects of my very talented friends, I have shared with you the creme de la creme. Now today is no different. Tarina Mayer-West is an opera singer and is one of the many talented players in the Bronx Light Opera production of Albert Herring. Let's check it out.
Life, it has been good to me this time around. Well, they are bound to change when it was found. Sugar never tasted sweeter on my lips. My heart is now intact, and I can find no rifts. This is love, yeah, love. they try to question and come in between. Tell them where to go and they will leave your scene. Jealousy can loom at seen the green-eyed boy hung around and picked away, tried to steal joy. This is love, yeah, love. Never known true love before. Seen so many counterfeits that left me on the floor. This is love, yeah, love. All will come to those who wait. Time it cannot know the bounds, and eras don't dictate. This is love, yeah, love. Never known true love before. Seen so many counterfeits that left me on the floor. This is love, yeah, love. All will come to those who wait. Time it cannot know the bounds, and eras don't dictate. Unity is paramount to keep it all together. And where there is no trust, there can't be love. If he's the one you depend upon, tell him how you feel. You know when it is right because it's real. This is love, yeah, love. Never known true love before. Seen so many counterfeits that left me on the floor. This is love, yeah, love. All will come to those who wait. Time it cannot know the bounds, and eras don't dictate. There is no way that I could ever say goodbye to you. Oh no, you're in my heart and soul. Your love has made me whole. Don't ever turn away from me. We met just at the brink. We had to stop and think it out. Through and through, though we both had a past, wanted something to last. Had such a lot to give, but had no one to give it to. Now I got you. Now I got you, babe. Don't ever wanna let you go. Won't stand for second best, 'cause you are all I need to know. We are entwined, yeah, lover. You are mine, don't need no other. Some say love is a force. I know it's true, of course, from you. Oh yeah, I tremble when you're near. All doubt has disappeared, it's gone, there's none, 'cause you're the one. There is no way to say, no way to just convey one word. Ecstasy, you hit me like a truck. Just can't believe our luck. I'm on a cloud so high, now I know why. Can't say goodbye. Now I got you. Now I got you, babe. Don't ever wanna let you go. Won't stand for second best, 'cause you are all I need to know. We are entwined, yeah, lover. You are mine, don't need no other. Oh, you're locked onto my love. Now it feels like hand in glove. You who a drug that can kill you, baby. Love set your body on fire. It burns so deep, something you can't keep. You can't control the desire. Flames of addiction, burning through my soul. Flames of addiction, make me less and love made me feel secure and safe. I'm driven to distraction. The phoenix from the ashes rose in the heat of satisfaction. Flames of addiction, burning through my soul. Flames of addiction, make me less and awesome water on me, dampen the flames. I ain't got a clue why you're playing this game. I feel the heat, I feel the pain. Is your love alive? I can't take the strain. You've ignited something deep inside of me. Burning, yearning, not discerning. Won't you set me free? Standing in the embers, you're smoking, I can see. Come on now, you know you can. Come and set me free. Flames of addiction, come on now, you know you can. Come and set me. Flames of addiction. It's time for decisions, babe, as I continue to perspire. Do I withstand the heat or do I get out of the fire? Flames of addiction, burning through my soul. Flames of addiction, make me less and whole. Flames of addiction, burning through my soul. Flames of addiction, make me less and whole. I feel the heat, I feel the pain. Is your love alive? I can't take the strain. You've ignited something deep inside of me. Burning, yearning, not discerning. Won't you set me free? Flames of addiction, burning through my soul. Flames of addiction, make me less and whole. Awesome water on me, dampen the flames. I ain't got a clue why you're playing this game. I feel the heat, I feel the pain. Is your love alive? I can't take the strain. You've ignited something deep inside of me. Burning, yearning, not discerning. Won't you set me free? Standing in the embers, you're smoking, I can see. Come on now, you know you can. Come and set me free. Flames of addiction, come on now, you know you can. Come and set me. Flames of addiction. It's time for decisions, babe, as I continue to perspire. Do I withstand the heat or do I get out of the fire? Flames of addiction, burning through my soul. Flames of addiction, make me less and whole. Flames of addiction, burning through my soul. Flames of addiction, make me less and whole. I feel the heat, I feel the pain. Is your love alive? I can't take the strain. You've ignited something deep inside of me. Burning, yearning, not discerning. Won't you set me free?
That was Watch This Space. Thanks to all at the Bronx Light Opera. And make sure to follow them on social media and check for times and venues for their latest production. Now that's all we have time for on today's show. Thanks for sharing, and I hope that you will join us again next time. Don't forget to join my mailing list at xandergibb.com and follow me on social media. Thanks to all the Bronx Light Opera. Thanks to you for watching. Stay cool in the boogie down, and we'll see you next time on Xandermonium. I love you all. Bye-bye.
Uptown to the boogie down Bronx, uptown in New York City. Uptown to the boogie down Bronx, home of the Yankees. Uptown to the boogie down Bronx, where the girls always look pretty. Uptown to the boogie down Bronx, home of the Yankees. Manhattan, so sophisticated. Queens is so fly, airport associated. You've never been. Well, my town is where everybody owns. We got the Yankees in the boogie down Bronx. We got the Bronx Zoo, botanical gardens too. Oh, the City Island for the best seafood. Uptown to the boogie down Bronx, uptown in New York.